Hey everyone, welcome back. Now, this here's a little bit of a different perspective than most of my other videos I've got. And the reason for that is a couple things actually. Primarily being that currently going to be moving in the next couple weeks. So, going to be going to a new facility, set up and have a proper display and all that stuff. So, a lot of stuff's going to be taken down. A lot of the stuff I've got set up, going to be taking it down, bring it to the new place to set up. So probably quite a bit of time. So between now and then, so figured might as well might as well give everyone here a behind the scenes on what goes on behind the channel and some of the other small projects I have on the go here and there. And also too, this is gonna be the 5th year that I've been doing this on YouTube. So might end up doing so of course with the model shop, might end up doing some rebranding over this time. So depending on how that goes, we'll be changing things up a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. So getting on to a few things in here is that these were two models I have built a little while ago. These are the Aoshima curbside kits of American sedans, being the copper gold one here is a 66 Buick Wildcat, as well as a 66 Pontiac Bonneville in 1/24 scale, and these are curbside kits, so nothing too crazy on these. Primarily that the chassis and interior on these are both essentially the same, minus the decals and some small stuff here and there. So that also did come with a set of, this also came with their own exclusive figurines, which quite a fun way to keep busy. This one here, for the one Showgirl, pretty much kept a theme on the bright colors, as with the red swimsuit and with the dyed hair going from a light orange fading all the way down to a dark red, which in the light is quite nice and is quite impressive to that able to pull it off in such a nice way. They require quite a lot of blending of colors in order to get that to look right. And of course the secondary character here went for a blue theme. Got the blue swimsuit, which was a pearl blue that I wanted to go with. Doesn't really show that well on camera. Did also go ahead with a golden blonde style of hair. So yeah, those were quite a few quite a fun little thing to play around with. Then right here in the background I got just this box here of MPC Mercury patrol car pieces. Did a video on this many years ago. So it's just been sitting in the box. And then just piece things together here and there. And of course got vat of water and paintbrushes used for just dry brushing and stuff. Then on the other side here, just have a bowl where I keep my decal water. And over in the corner here, it's pretty much a collection of tractor trailer parts. Like some of these drawers here got engine pieces, mix of parts here and there. Couple posters from kits and stuff, and a collection of promo material from various kits I've played around with. As some of these kits here, you will find these specialty promo stuff, like of course got the round 2 promo cards, or the newsletter cards I suppose, product catalog from 2014, which is quite a lot, pretty much quite a lot available during the time. Some stuff you can still find here and there, though majority of which has been since discontinued. Which of course, it's like you find stuff for sale, you don't buy it, and then once it's discontinued, you end up regretting about it. because otherwise it ends up being way more than store price than from what you found. Then a couple of these Revell monogram postcards, I suppose, which give you a preview of products available, as like this from 1990, the kits of the 68 Corvette, 56 F100, Mercury Cyclone, no, GMC Cyclone, I mean, Camaro Z28 RS, Corvette Stingray Concept, and 57 Chev Street Racer. Couple other cars like the Malibu Pro Street, Chevy Beretta Pro Street car, and Pontiac Banshee. Couple other, here's like GMC the Chevy S10, Paddy Wagon, Countach, Eldorado. Couple neat things here and there. Then of course this is a monogram catalog promo. This includes pretty much a couple planes, couple vehicles here and there. These ones would be the 124 scale vehicles. Then Tamiya stuff. And over here's a couple trays of my paint supplies, which for a lot of the small detail painting, I use a bunch of this Testors 7 milliliter containers. And of course just have a makeup stand to hold everything, as works quite well. Then this Testors paint stand, which does pretty much swivels around to give easy access to whatever colors you may have. So yeah, and then cupboard, just extra supplies and tools. This is another thing I have on the go here, the Nissan Skyline GTR 34. Did get this one painted up in a nice bluish teal green, which looks quite nice in the light. Then there's pretty much a big mess here of miscellaneous parts that I've got, whether these are from extra parts from kits that I've built a while ago, or stuff that I put together and just haven't really painted everything, I suppose. So, quite a mix of everything. Got a bag here of 3D printed tires that someone I knew provided for me that I was going to use, but just never got around to it. Couple things here and there. This rotating stand, which is supposed to be for paint and such, just end up being used to what I like to call the stir sticks, which is just these long pieces of sprue that you get off the parts trees. Keep those there so that mixing paint together flows more evenly. Then moving a little bit further up, these are a couple work in progress vehicles that I should realistically have been finished with a while ago, but just never got around to it. It's got this one here's the MPC Chevy Vega, which is quite a unique kit to have. An old Mercedes sedan Edsel race car. A couple NASCAR kits, the Tide race car and Red Baron Thunderbird. So is quite a lot to do, as long as a 77 Firebird and Ford Fairlane. Do also have these little figurines I painted up quite a few years ago now, which are supposedly, I think these were like Warhammer, or similar to Warhammer, I suppose. Little figurines that I painted up for myself. And pretty much just regular office supplies. Did have pretty good stack of models up here. Shoe boxes are parts of extra kits I've had that I don't have the boxes for at the moment. This one here is a one that I was working for a race team, just never got around to finishing it. Then moving down below here, or onto the side, is a tower of drawers I have that pretty much stores works in progress I want to work on but need a place to put them. It's like right here, got a MG sports car parts from the Ford Louisville race hauler, along with a couple parts here that I have stripped from the Chrome Tree. Then Scania T143, which was for a group build a couple years ago, but just ended up losing some parts for it, which I did end up finding later on, but just never really got around to finishing it. A couple other things on the go. I got the 35 Auburn Speedster, which been on and off for quite some time. This here's a bag of Chevy truck parts, primarily for the the Revell Monogram Chevy S10 / GMC Sonoma / GMC Cyclone pickup. Now this one here would have been for the surf truck from back in the 90s. Here's another 70s Ford truck that I have on the go, which is a replica of a real truck that's in the personal collection. Couple bagged models of this would have been from the MPC IndyCar pace car set, which of course includes a Camaro, Firebird, and a Corvette that's stuff further behind. This one here's another one of Pro Street cars of the Chevelle, Malibu, and a Impala. This one here is a mix of my Ford LTL 9000 kits. One I wanted to make into a race team hauler, the other one into the tow truck version, which just due to the size of these kits, haven't really done a huge amount with them, which kind of regret doing, but I'm sure they'll get their time to shine. These down here are ones I wanted to work on, but just haven't gotten around to making a video yet. Pretty much the AMT Matchbox Cruising USA kit, along with a 2006 Charger Mall kit, and a few other kits here and there. Let's see. This one here will be of a couple supercar kits, so nothing too much. This was some that I kind of threw together quickly. The MPC 76 Chevy Caprice in 1/25th scale. Pretty much went for that 70s look of pretty much all brown for cruiser. End up building it as pretty much a curbside kit. Glued the hood shut, as was looking at using the engine for another project. So and of course this one here came with the trailer, so built the trailer up, used that for something else. So pretty much just have the car sitting as is. Of course, Monkey Mobile 66 GTO. And then which on top of that, or underneath I suppose, do I have this diorama display case, which was looking at making a display to replicate a picture that I have. So was going to do some with this, but just never really got around to it, or didn't have the supplies, I suppose. So that's pretty much been sitting here for good over a year and a half. Then moving to where I had the Caprice sitting on here. This is just a fastener sorter that got from the hardware store. Pretty much use it to store my extra parts, like got a bunch of wheels, stickers, decals, bunch of tires. Pretty much most of which keep organized so that I can at least find stuff if I end up needing them. Now, of course, like most of these I do have in matching sets, like sequence of drag slicks, street tires, off-road tires, mix of things here and there. Like I do have quite wide, I guess, performance tires. I think these were off a die-cast vehicle, I think. Just due to the sheer size, I don't think there's been a kit that has tires that big. So, pretty much a mix of everything is in that. Then do have this fabric drawer system, which I pretty much use to just store my oversized stuff that don't fit into drawers. Like this, the Kodak film trailer, which I did a video on and a series for, but just due to the sheer size of the trailer, it felt a bit intimidating for quite some time, so just never really got around to putting this all together, especially with the paintwork and with the yellow paint. Was quite hesitant about doing anything with it. So hopefully one of these days I do end up getting that built. And a couple other tractor trailer kits, which are these Peterbilt 359 models. So pretty much got 2 kits of those. Probably might try and make one good kit out of them, as they're fairly, well, they're fairly decent shape. Of course, need work to make them look more presentable. Then just drawer here of bubble wrap and packing material from boxes and stuff. Then a little bit of a tray of junkyard parts, like in other projects. Like got this, what's left of a shell of a 55 Bel Air, which was decently painted in a purple and silver, but because it was missing all the other parts, it pretty much just ends up becoming a parts kit. And then of course got this Dale Earnhardt Sr. Chevy Lumina kit, which consider doing a restoration for, though I do have a decal sheet for the Skull Bandit Lumina, so was contemplating of doing a replica of that car. So not entirely sure on what the fate for this one in particular is going to be, but it'll be something. Then a cab for a 70s Ford truck, which I have the parts right here, which was for a monster truck, which was the AMT Monster Jam series from back in the 2000s. This one here, a little bit more, quite a fragile kit. Did have it mostly together, but ended up falling off the workbench one day and just haven't really gotten around to putting it back together, even though I probably should, as it would look quite nice, like having, you have the Monster Jam kits, put a production truck body onto, just make something out of it. So it'll pretty much just sit for right now. It's kind of like this box right here is pretty much a mix of 1/18 scale vehicles I was looking at kit bashing, as got the pretty much the chassis and engine for a 41 Willys 31 Model A and a Saleen S281, I think it is. So there is quite a few things in here, but so it's pretty much like a case of take the Model A, as what happened was this one, I don't know if I have, yeah, I have some piece of it in here. It's some in during the 90s, during die-cast production, you end up having this thing called metal fatigue, which does cause panels and stuff to crumble, and which becomes very brittle, especially exposed to the elements, which this vehicle was. So you end up having it where the metal just ends up shrinking and cracks over time. So see if we can probably just snap a piece off of it, off the hood louver. Yeah, there we go. It just snaps in half without much effort. And the time you're going to spend to glue everything back together, reinforce it, it's not going to do anything. Tried it with a couple other parts, just isn't worth it. So, pretty much looking at taking the parts from the Model A, throw them onto the chassis of the 41 Willys I have in here. Yeah, here it is. Pretty much make pretty much put that on the back. Pretty much make a performance delivery van. So, probably be one of those things deal with when I pretty much got more free time and not so much else on the go. And then similarly to this one I've had hiding for some time, which is another 70s Ford truck, but based on the Racer's Wedge. It's another 79 Ford that made it for a ramp truck that I was going to build a race team for, but just never got around to it. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Then of course Mustang from recent build series. A couple more supplies. Secondary desk here, which has got quite a lot of stuff on it. This one here is actually a unique one, as this was actually one of the first models that I first built, which is the Revell Hummer H1, which I built probably back in 2013, possibly 2014, but I've just had it for so long. It's quite unique, and of course this just being a curbside kit, nothing too crazy to write about it. Though I do believe this would have been from the California Wheel series, I think, just based on the oversized wheels and everything. So, quite neat. A couple other more boxes of kits that I got on the work but just never finished up or made a video with. And then a couple instruction booklets. Let's hear what else I've got. This binder actually down below is how I'm sure everyone else has their own way of storing the likes of stickers and decals from kits. But how I just end up doing it is put these in the file folder. So if there's something I want to build and use, I know where to find them at least. Yeah, so it's pretty much, so that's pretty much all there is in the recording studio at least. Then got these domino organizers to keep some extra parts here and there. So, that's pretty much how it is in the recording studio. Now, considering did quite a lot of rambling this time around, it'll probably be quite a long video, so without further ado, get into the main room where pretty much where everything gets stored and where the big collection is.